From the time I was a little boy, I was familiar with the IGFA. From 6, 7 years old on, I was deep into fishing. In those days, we didn't have the internet. Every fishing magazine I could get my hands on, I'd read. Every book about fishing that I could get my hands on, I'd read. I kept seeing this reoccurring name in a lot of the articles I'd read about fishing and about how to rig tackle and so forth, the IGFA. This was this reoccurring thing I'd noticed, IGFA standards. It hit home with me that the IGFA was kind of the sanctioning body for fishing. I knew that as a youngster. Major League Baseball has MLB. Pro football has the NFL. Those are all the sanctioning bodies of those sports. The IGFA basically is the organization that set the rules internationally for how people fish and how people compare their catches. Whether you're in Tokyo, Japan, off the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, or all the way down here in the Florida Keys. Everybody fishes by IGFA standards. Every big tournament anywhere in the world uses IGFA standard tackle regulations in their rules. When you're playing golf, you hit one off in the rough and you just do a drop. That's not playing by the rules. When you fish outside of IGFA, you're not playing by the rules. So are you really catching that fish by the standards? Beyond being the regulation setter worldwide for the rules of fishing, the IGFA is heavily involved in scientific studies of billfish, tunas, other fish habitat, and in recent years especially, a lot of emphasis put on getting more and more kids fishing. And it's so important. I've said this before many times that how do you protect something if you don't know it? And by introducing youth to fishing, getting them involved, getting them to love the sport of fishing, whether you're 6 years old or whether you're 60 years old, it's something you can do. It's one of the rare sports that you can do your whole life. And beyond being just the physical aspect of fishing, it's the mental part of fishing. It's the intrigue of fooling a fish or leaving the dock with this desire to go catch a particular species of fish on a particular kind of tackle. And all of those things are things that the IGFA emphasizes. I can't say enough about the IGFA. If you're not involved and you are a fisherman, you need to be, because they do a lot of great things for fishing. They probably have the strongest voice for the sport of fishing of anyone that exists on the planet. Because the IGFA means so much to the world of fishing, I've always been a big supporter of the organization. In recent years, I've donated many trips, and I met Les because last year during the IGFA International Auction, I donated a trip to not just come fish with me, but actually come film an episode. So Les, had seen me on TV, over years with Flip Pallet and Jose Wehebe, two great mentors of mine, and it was an honor to meet him. He's big on traditions like I am. He's a big supporter of the IGFA, and he was the lucky winner of the trip. At least I hope he was lucky. I think he enjoyed his time here, and I enjoyed my time with him very much. But more importantly, it made some money for the IGFA, and hopefully this episode will create a little more awareness to people that may not be familiar with the organization.
Oh!
Okay.
That was not what we had planned.
No.
He hit you right in the chest,
Yeah,
didn't he?
right. No, it's fine.
He wanted to say good morning.
He sure did.
That was pretty crazy. I thought he was going to run under the boat, and he did the opposite. He jumped in the boat.
Jumped right in the boat.
Cool little fish.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun on little rods.
There he goes. Oh, he's got a lot of spunk.
Yeah, he's all right. I was worried he's going to hurt himself or break a rod. I don't think he did either one.
No, no.
All right, it's your
Not
turn.
at all.
Your turn now.
Okay.
First time I came into this bay was 1980.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. And it was just like this, little tarpon everywhere. Early morning, I could see it just like it was yesterday.
So you were about 20?
No, I wasn't 20 yet. I was just a
Really?
youngster.
Oh.
Just a kid. But I think that's the cool thing about fishing. You know, I can remember that 40, 45, 46 years ago.
That's right.
You don't remember every day you go in the office,
No.
but you remember stuff like this.
I can remember every day I fished with my buddies.
Yeah.
What we caught,
What you caught, what you didn't catch, what you
what we
lost.
didn't catch, who was lying.
Right.
My father-in-law worked for the Lerner Corporation. And most people in the IGFA don't know who the Lerner Corporation is, but it was a company founded by Michael Lerner, who's the founder of IGFA. And Michael Lerner was a fellow who was born around the turn of the century, and he invented this store called Lerner Shops and probably had 1,000 stores at one time. And he loved fishing. So in the late 1930s, 37 through 39, he set up the IGFA, and it was at the American Museum of Natural History. And that's where it was for many, many years. He was a multi-millionaire from his corporation and encouraged people to get into fishing. People didn't have a lot of leisure time in the 1930s, especially because of the Depression. So it gave people something to do that wasn't that expensive. It wasn't kind of fancy like it is today. Lerner was an interesting guy. Michael Lerner as a teenager, went to high school in Brooklyn, started a company from nothing, and wound up selling it to Rapid American Corporation for billions of dollars. And then encouraged people, when he came to Miami, after he left Westchester County, he lived in Rye, New York, he encouraged people to join the IGFA and set up offices in Florida. Most people think that the IGFA comes from Florida. It comes from New York City and the American National Museum of Natural History.
There we go. You got him.
He's gonna come hit me again.
What's that?
He's gonna come hit me again.
Yeah, I know.
He's coming for me.
We don't need another one in the boat, right?
He's coming for me. That's a nice healthy fish.
What's that?
That's a nice healthy fish, man.
Oh, yeah.
Rod.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got it. Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Cool little tarpon, huh?
Yeah.
Look how brown this water is. Look how brown its back
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
One of the oldest fish we still got on Earth, you know? A lot of people don't know they're prehistoric.
That's right.
All right, buddy. You're up.
All right. What was that?
I was a little quick on him. Little red.
What was it?
Little red. You know what? I think might be good.
Yeah. Oh,
Go reel, 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 reel.
Yeah.
You got a snook.
I got him.
No, you got a trout. Trout? What is it? Yeah, it's a trout. Hold on a second. I'll come down there and help you.
That's a nice trout.
It is a nice trout. Good job, buddy.
Look at the colors. Golden mouth. Look at that.
Yep, looks just like a rainbow trout.
Right.
With big fangs.
Yeah, it's nice teeth. He's ready to go.
Good job, buddy.
All right, thank you. I'm really enjoying this. Whoa, yeah, redfish, right?
Yeah,
Come on over here, pal.
that's a good redfish.
Yeah. Look at those colors.
Like a new penny.
What beautiful colors, huh?
Blue tail. There you go.
They got you.
Thank you. Good job. Well, that was a pretty good little spot.
Yeah.
Good start this morning.
Yeah. Very comfortable spot. Real nice.
Make a little move.
Okay.
Going to the office is aggravating. It's just natural because you're there to solve problems. You're there to make a living. It doesn't come easy to anybody. When you go out and you are taking a trip on a boat like Rob's, where there's camaraderie, there's some jokes, there's the time not to think about the office. It's really great.
It's better than being in the office.
Pardon me? Oh,
better.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the things my wife always accuses me of, which is a good accusation, is that when I go to bed at night, I don't remember anything bad that happened at my office or with I own 3 big companies. She says, you don't remember anything. The next morning you get up like it never happened. And how do you think I existed at 78 years old and still working? I have a lot of friends who are gone. I was telling Rob today, there's not one guy from my high school who was a friend of mine who's alive. And a lot of them did it to themselves. Ulcers, aggravation, take it home, take it out on the family, take it out on themselves. They never learned to separate. Fishing helps you separate. The IGFA, to me, brings a lot of people together. It's one of the only organizations that is apolitical. The IGFA has many, many different members, all walks of life, creates a lot of fun for people, and it introduces people to a sport that, again, could be a very costly sport, or you can do what the kids do, you get a hook and a piece of string and be a fisherman.
I've donated a lot of trips over the years to various organizations, and it's a lot of pressure on me, to produce for this guy, because all of a sudden this guy bid on this trip, and this may be, one of the coolest things in his mind that he's looking forward to before the trip that he's done in a while. So, leaving the dock in a situation like this, there's a little more pressure than just a regular day of fishing. We had just had a hurricane that grazed us and really crushed the panhandle. And whenever we have a weather change like that, it takes sometimes weeks for the fishing to get back to normal. This storm was literally 5 days ago that it went by here. We did manage to find a lot of fish, but they were not acting angler friendly, let's say.
Got something less. There he is. Uh-oh, big shark after him. least this one didn't jump
Yeah.
in your tennis shoes.
Okay.
See that shark that came up after?
Yeah, I saw him. Can't get him. Whoa. He's coming in the boat too. This one. He wants to come in the boat also.
Oh boy. Shark got after him again. I was trying to get him off quick. Man. That's why you gotta be careful grabbing them in this water. Right about, I was about ready to grab that fish.
The shark comes up. Yeah.
I hate to see that. It's become a real problem back here, the predation problems.
Everything we do up in the river and Boca, sharks all over the place.
Yeah.
Heads.
We've taught them. You know, fishermen, you know, it's not that we're doing anything wrong, it's just the sharks have learned an easier way. And they start keying on boats, and then when a tarpon starts jumping, they hear that.
They got it.
You know. And unfortunately, in this water, you can't see him coming.
Watch your
He
hands.
came up, then he spooked off. I thought we were good.
Is that a lemon shark? What kind of shark?
That would look like a giant lemon shark.
He just swallows that fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have broke the fish off if I had known he was still there.
Take
One
your
of those
hand with
things.
it.
The only good thing that came of that, I mean, I hate losing a fish to a shark, or feeding a fish to a shark, was that you or I weren't grabbing that fish right when that shark ate it, because that could have been a whole nother thing.
Exactly. I was going to try to grab the
We're,
fish.
we're a long ways from the hospital here.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know.
Well, a Band-Aid won't do it.
No.
That the last thing that's important about the guides is finding fish. That's the last thing. The first thing is conservation. The guides are our first line of defense against pollution, overbuilding, and they are, in their own way, a little power group that tries to get to people in Tallahassee, especially in Florida, and create change for the better. So the guides are not just guides. They're more than people who show you how to fish. I'm very old school. I'm 78 years old, so I'm very old school. Tradition is very important to me. One of the things we're losing in the society, and it doesn't matter if you're in the United States or in London or Paris, we are losing tradition, and that's a problem. So places like the IGFA are storied, safe places to go where you can have tradition with your family. Rob was just telling me about his daughter doing a new show in his footsteps, and that's tradition. That's real tradition.
Came there, left.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, had a hit.
Yep. Real. There you go. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Fun on that little rod, aren't you? Good job, buddy. Great hook job, too.
Thank you.
Perfect. That's cool
Very
fish,
nice.
you know?
Beautiful fish.
Look at that eyeball.
Yeah, beautiful fish. Thank you, pal.
Modern day dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's right. He's gone. I was riding back with another member of the crew today, and we were riding back in Rob's boat, his flats boat, and it was like riding on glass. And all of the things that go through my mind during the week about running big businesses and all the investments and having a family and a happy wife and everything else, none of those come into my mind when I'm riding on glass with Rob. That's why fishing's important to me, riding on glass.
We weren't able to catch a lot of fish. We were able to shake hands with a few. I was able to show him some of the coolest country that still exists on this planet, you know, way back in the Everglades. And overall, I gained a new friend from this trip. Les and I will be friends from now till we're not here anymore. And I learned a lot about a really cool guy who supports a great organization like I do in the IGFA.